Welcome back to Tobago to the Pleasantville Indoor Arena as we get set. And actually, the first bout is already in progress. We have Joseph Beckles in the red corner, and he's coming up against Randy Suknarine in the blue corner. And this is the first of the 6 amateur bouts that will be on tonight's program. And what we see here is Beckles as the slightly of the bigger boxers than Suknarine. Suknarine is sticking that left jab into the face and trying to counter with the right hand. Beckles still moving and guard held up high, but not doing as much. Is not as busy as Suknarine. Again, we see Suknarine stalking and backing up Beckles against the rope. The good thing about Suknarine is that he is keeping that jab into the face of Beckles, and he has that right hand cuff ready to unleash on. And there we see right hand there from Suknarine, but it's low, it's short, didn't make much connection. Joseph Beckles still isn't a lot of ring movement by Beckles, but his punches lacking directions. You see him there on the rope, and that's where he needs to get off because he's been backed up against the rope, and that's where Suknarine is waiting to counter with that right hand. Again, we see the jab there, and a lot of head movement by Beckles, but still hasn't thrown a shot to trouble Suknarine. Again, we see against the rope is Beckles. So far in the first round, Randy Suknarine in the blue is really measuring up to, to get a good right hand in on Beckles. Again, we see Beckles with his guard up high, but not doing as much. A lot of movement around the ring. Again, we see Suknarine trying to back him up, just waiting to unleash that right hand. But so far, he has done a lot with the jab, keeping Beckles at bay. Again, left hand to the side of the face, glancing off the side of the face of Beckles. And most of Beckles' shots so far has been short. Again, his hands pretty low, and he needs to be careful because we see Suknarine waiting till on that right hand. But in the meantime, he is scoring with the jab. Again, we see some wild shots there from Beckles. Still in the first round. Again, short, wide. Trying to get uppercut there's Beckles. Suknarine also missed, and that's the end of the first round. We into round number 2. Definitely round number 1 would have gone to Suknarine, who was the more aggressive of the both boxers. But we see Beckles here now stepping up here in the opening of the second round. Again, hands pretty low. Suknarine guard held high. Still a good left hand there from Suknarine. Backed up Beckles against the rope. Evades the left hand there is Beckles. A good right hand, a good solid right hand there coming from Suknarine to the right side of the face of Beckles. Again, a right hand again from Suknarine. We see a lot of the Cuban delegate in the background. There will be a lot of support here for the Cuban boxers, and there's a stoppage for the tying of the boot of Joseph Beckles, but Beckles definitely not showing us anything that will convince us that he is going to win this bout. Suknarine, the busier of the two boxers. I think that what we're seeing here is maybe an opportunity to get some rest. Joseph Beckers needs to close the distance. He's a powerful young man and he needs to close the distance and try to get some of his shots landed. Again, a good right hand there, sneaking in there by McNarain. McNarain also dropping his guard a bit now. A left hand there from Beckers. Both boxers in the middle of the ring. A lot of movement there by McNarain and a right hand from McNarain again. Again, we see Joseph Beckers just waiting for that one shot. And when it comes, he's not connecting actually. Again, if you're now joining us, this is the Spanish invasion at the Pleasantville Indoor Facility. This is the first bout on tonight's card. Joseph Beckers in the red versus Randy McNarain. We are deep into the second round. We see McNarain there keeping the pressure on Beckers. McNarain is not using the jab as much as he was in the first round. We're not seeing that jab in the second round, but he's still, high on the pressure here on Beckers. Again, he backs Beckers up into the corner rope, but Beckers spins around. And that's the end of the second round. So this is the third and final round. Beckers will have a lot to do in this round if he's to stand a chance of getting the victory here in this bout. So far, Randy McNarain in the blue, I would think has done sufficient to be on the judges' scorecard for the first two rounds of this fight. Again, some wild swinging there from Beckers. Again, and every time Beckers goes in, he goes with his head down. He needs to be careful. But so far, we have not seen McNarain getting the opportunity to use that right hand. Good body shot there from McNarain. He's keeping Beckers in the corner. Good right hand again from McNarain. So McNarain piling on the pressure in the last round, and Beckers just stays on the rope. I don't know if he's tired, but again, you see that you're seeing actually when Beckers throws his punch, you're seeing that he's lining up the punch. So all McNarain has to do is to wait on him and then counter. So again, so left and right, some good shot coming in there from McNarain as he backed up Beckers against the rope. Some good body shot. Looking for the uppercut there, McNarain. But again, we see the uppercut there from McNarain. So a good performance here by Randy McNarain. He has dominated the first two rounds and he's having a great third round here. And Joseph Beckers is just on the rope and not really doing anything. He's not throwing any punches. He just is trying to defend, but McNarain is getting some of his punches inside. Some is going on the gloves, but you see he's trying to rip the body there of Beckers. And one would want to know why Beckers will just stay on the rope there where he's getting pounded and wouldn't come off, and McNarain is taking advantage. Here we see looking to get that a number of punches here from McNarain. So McNarain is very busy in this third round. A lot of the punches are on the gloves, as I said, but a lot is getting through. And because he's not doing anything to help himself. Actually, he just stands there and he tries to counter there, but misses. Again, we see him. I hope he's not hoping that Zuckerine would have gotten tired, but a great first bout here, and we await the judges' results, and by all indications, Randy Zuckerine is the winner. But we wait on the Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. Welcome to another edition of Scoreboard here on ACTN. It's always a pleasure to be in your company every Tuesday evening between the hours of 8 and 9. Referee to raise the yes, and Randy Zuckerine winning the first bout. Into the second bout, we go and we have Anthony Joseph, another top upcoming Trinidad and Tobago boxer. He is in the red corner, and his opponent is Rondell Phillip. Rondell Phillip, well known for his kickboxing, mixed martial arts. So he will in for a real test here because Anthony Joseph has been around for quite a while and he's representing Trinidad and Tobago at some of the top competitions. So he's well schooled, he's well experienced here. But let's see what Rondell Phillip is going to bring to the table. We see Joseph right hand held up high, taking the left jab. Rondell Phillip there trying to, well, both boxers landed a couple shots. And we see Phillip here is a good right hand there from Joseph. You saw the head of Phillip shaking there. Another left hand there from Joseph, but Rondell Phillip is fighting back. Both boxers in the middle of the ring there toying with each other. Another right hand there from a left from Anthony Joseph. So Anthony Joseph is getting in some shots there on the face of Rondell Phillip. But it's early days yet, and we saw Phillip countering. Going to go to the body. A good right hand there from Joseph. Taking the jab is Joseph. Trying to go to the body with that left hand there is Joseph. Two shots thrown there but short. Both boxers exchanging. Good shot there from Joseph once again. So we see Joseph using all his experience against the young, inexperienced Rondell Phillip. But Phillip is not backing down. He's giving a good account of himself in the first round. On tonight's card, we expected to see the return match of Faith Ramnath and Jewel Lambert. You'll recall that these two boxers, but actually that's the end of the first round, into the second round. As I was saying, Jewel Lambert and Faith Ramnath. This is the return match. There was some controversy in the first outing when the Ramnath corner said that there was an issue with the weigh-in. So everybody's waiting with anticipation for that return bout, which will be our main bout. Back to the action in the ring. Anthony Joseph in the red and Rondell Phillip in the blue. Very good exciting wrong here by Anthony Joseph. He would have definitely got the judges not in the first round, but Philip is giving a good account of himself. Looking to keep that jab into the face of Joseph. You can see Joseph keeping his guard up pretty high. Good defense. Both boxers exchanging. Tonight we also be seeing Nigel Paul in action. Nigel is very hard in training. Remember, the Olympics is just around the corner. He'll be trying to qualify for his second Olympic. Good left hand there from Joseph. Right hand from Joseph. Right hand from Paul, from Philip. While shot there from Joseph. I must say that Ronald Philip is giving a very good account of himself, especially when he's coming up against a boxer like Anthony Joseph, who is way more experienced than him. Speaking to Ronald Philip, he said he's into MMA and just wanted to try his hand at boxing. So far, good first impression. A good stinging right hand there, but on the face of Philip, but Philip comes back with some shots of his own. At the end of the second round, Joseph getting some good shots there, and we go into the third and final round of the second bout on tonight's card. Remember, we're coming to you from the Pleasantville Indoor Arena. Nice soft jab there from Joseph. A right hand from Paul, from Philip. A very interesting bout here between these two young boxers. We're seeing the experience of Anthony Joseph here. Here we see Philip landing a good shot. Paul Joseph goes into the body. Anthony Joseph using the ring nicely, that's moving. But Philip talking. So Ronald Philip can be very proud of himself here in this bout because he has really fought a good fight coming up against Anthony Joseph. Yes, definitely giving Anthony Joseph a run for his money. A good right hand from Joseph to the side of the face of Ronald Paul. So some good power shots there coming from Joseph. Goes to the body. left to the face. Quick movement there to get off the rope by Joseph. He faced the punches of Rondell Phillips. So we're deep into the third round here, and so far, a good bout. Anthony Joseph looks like he is on the way to victory. A good right from Joseph coming off the rope, but Philip is not backing out at all. Good right hand again from Joseph. And that's the end of the third and final round in this bout between Anthony Joseph and Rondell Phillips, as we wait on referee Linus Brown.
Okay, with me is Anthony Joseph. Anthony, welcome, and first of all, congratulations on your victory on Saturday night. Tell me a bit about your preparation right now here in camp.
The preparation in camp going good so far. The meals is alright. The training is good. The place to sleep is good place to sleep, you understand? And yeah.
All right, so let's go back to Saturday night, your bout with Rondell Phillips. Were you satisfied with your performance, or are there areas that you feel that you need to improve on?
It was a good performance I put on Saturday night, but each fight I fight, it always has room for improvement.
So where do you think you need to improve in? What area?
I need to throw more combinations. I need to do more moving, more counter-attacking, and some more defense will be good.
All right. What is your plans for 2020? What major competition you're looking forward to attend?
My plan for 2020 is to keep on training hard, always be ready for the tournament, and try to qualify for the Olympics. That is my dream, to qualify for the Olympics.
And how far are you off from being at the right condition?
Not too far, because I'm always fit, always ready, always prepared. You understand? Just have to wait until the time reach.
Anything else you wanna say to your fans and supporters?
The main thing I want to do is thank the coaches, because without the coaches, I wouldn't be here. You understand? I want to thank, well, I might have some fans, I don't know. Thank the fans for coming out and supporting the boxing. You understand? I want to say thanks to my family for being there for me when I need them the most. You understand? And to whoever watching this video, thanks for watching and subscribe to the YouTube channel.
To indicate to us the winner, and in the red corner, Anthony Joseph. Bout number 3, we have Awesome Trinidad and Tobago, and he's in the red, and this is in the 91 kg division, and he's coming up against Ruiz Adoba from Cuba. This is going to be a very interesting bout, because we know very well what the Cubans can do in a boxing ring. We see Ruiz already just taking that jab. Awesome needs to be careful. Looking at wild left hand there from Ruiz. Good left hand from Ruiz. Awesome needs to be careful when he throws the punches. He's lunging, and we see Ruiz there waiting. We see Ruiz chasing Awesome around the ring. It's being won by referee Latoya Providence. A good left hand there from Ruiz on the face of Awesome. Awesome holds on. Trying to land that left hand there again is Ruiz. Awesome holding on there, trying to unsettle the Cuban. Tries to stick that right hand in there is Awesome. He's trying to get something going here, but it's not a bit wild, and we see the Cuban there holding on. And what I was told, Awesome is Canadian who lives abroad, who is trying to see if he can make the Trinidad and Tobago team for the Olympics. He resides abroad. This is his first appearance in a local ring. So the pressure is really being piled on there by Ruiz of Cuba, and that's the end of the first round as we get into the second round. Here we see Ruiz there coming out there, sticking that jab, waiting with that left hand there to connect. Awesome seems to be unsettled with the pressure being put on him. Again, we see some wild swinging there from the Cuban. So Awesome is being chased over the ring, and it's a lot of pressure being put on here, and some left and right coming in there from Ruiz. As they say in boxing, Awesome is tasting some good leather here in the second round. So we're seeing the Cuban delegation at the back with their Cuban flag, giving their boxer all support, and actually Awesome got in some good shots there, but he's tagged there with a left hand and a right hand there from Ruiz. Most of Awesome shots are wide, not really hitting the target. Again, we see him here lunging forward, going forward, but leaving himself very open. There's no letting up here by Ruiz. Ruiz is really taking the attack to the Trinidadian, and a good left uppercut to the body there by Ruiz. Awesome holding, pinching, trying to get a sneaky the right hand there is Awesome, but Ruiz counters there with a left and a right. Trying to get a uppercut going there is Ruiz, but it's being Awesome there for holding and hitting. So this is in the 91 kg division, the heavy guys. A good right hand again from Ruiz. Awesome holds on. And we're going to stop there for a moment because Ruiz head Barrett has fought north, but I guess he will take that anytime to get some much needed rest, because Ruiz Cordova is really putting the pressure on this Trinidadian boxer here. He's really taking the fight to him. Ruiz keeps kicking at right hand and jab into the face of Awesome. Again, we see the Barrett has fallen off, but the bout is still going on, and some left and right, and another stoppage. And we into round number 3 actually, and this is the third and final round here. Third fight on tonight's card. I'm Awesome of Trinidad and Tobago, Trinidad US base boxer, and he is up against Ruiz Padova from Cuba. Good left from the Cuban. The Awesome now being a wild right and there from Awesome. Awesome is trying in this third round to get something going. He's taking that left hand. Right hand coming in there from Ruiz. Good body shot. Awesome that seems to have no effect whatsoever. A good body shot there again from the Cuban. And again there has to be a stoppage. Because as you would say, the Trinidadian heavyweight has been beaten off his head right now because Ruiz Padova from Cuba is really putting up a great performance here, and he's really taking the fight to the Trinidadian. Then the action resumes in the third and final round. Good left hand from Ruiz. Awesome is throwing a couple shots in the third round, but seems to have no effect whatsoever on the Cuban boxer. He just stands and delivers. Here we see a couple good shots here coming in from the Cuban. Awesome holds on. He's been given a slight warning. Good body shots again from Ruiz. Awesome holding on for their life here in the third round. A good left hand. Good swinging left hand there, clipping the side of the face of Awesome. And again, we see the headpiece. And I think that Awesome will be glad that this Barrett is falling off the piece, so he's getting some much needed rest. But Ruiz Padova from Cuba definitely is larger in charge of this bout number 3 on tonight's card. Remember, we are at the Pleasantville Indoor Arena. It's the Spanish Invasion card put on between the Trinidad and Tobago Boxing Association and Fine Line Fight Factory. So left one again, a good shot there from Ruiz. And Awesome is really taking in some good shot here in the closing of the third round. He's been beaten up against the rope, holding on for dear life. And that's the end of third fight. And a good performance by Ruiz Padova from Cuba. And I'm sure that judge's decision will go his way as we await. And yes, Ruiz Padova from Cuba winning bout number 3.
We from those encounters together, and this was a North-South game to open the season.
So the team might be playing well, as we always say with Trinidad and Tobago.
Futsal did that great for me.
Okay, hey everybody. Welcome to another edition of Field of Dreams on ACTN. My name is Steve David. I'm your host.
The tourist acknowledging his supporters. We go into a 69 kg division here, and we have in the red corner Tyrone Thomas, and in the blue corner Stanley Brooks. Tyrone Thomas is one of the young and upcoming boxers. Recently went to the CSC Games alongside the likes of Michael Alexander and Nigel Paul, Aaron Prince. So much is expected of Tyrone Thomas. Hails from the Golden Fist boxing gym. Stanley Brooks has been around boxing for a while. Hasn't really lived up to expectations, but let's see what he's going to be doing here in this bout number 4. Brooks, the full of the both boxers. We know Tyrone Thomas has some power in those hands, and we already seen here actually putting a lot of pressure on young Stanley Brooks. Thomas be trying to work on the body. Brooks not really answering back here in this first round. Here we see Thomas there. You can see the experience, the difference in experience with the both boxers there. Thomas from Golden Fist. Looking to land that right hand is Thomas. A good touch there to the face of Brooks. Left hand again from Thomas. Good left hand again from Thomas. A right from Thomas. Right hand on the side of the door. Left from Thomas. It's absorbing some punishment here in the first round. Hasn't been able to defend himself from those shots at the end of the first round. Round number 2. Tyrone Thomas versus Stanley Brooks. Thomas coming out and taking the attack to Brooks. Stanley Brooks seems unable to stage any sort of attack here on Thomas. He just stands, and right now his guard is held very low, and he's getting tagged from Thomas. Thomas just stands there stalking and attacking. Here we see Thomas back. Brooks against the rope there and land a couple good punches. Keep taking that jab into the face of Book. Goes in again, goes into the body. Some good body shots here from Tyrone Thomas. One to the connecting with the attitude to the side of the face. And Book is defenseless. A good right hand from Tyrone Thomas. And we see a standing tongue there from referee Agard on Book. And Book seems to be in some discomfort, yes, actually. And I think that is the end of this fight. Yes, it's the end of this bout here, and Stanley Book seems to be some sort of discomfort, and the winner by RSC referee.
Okay, with me is Tyrone Thomas, another one of the boxers who was victorious in the Spanish invasion at the Pleasantville Regional Indoor Complex over the weekend. Tyrone, congratulations on your bout. You are in camp here now. You are in a program focusing mainly on qualifying for the Olympics. Before we get in on to talk about the bout against Stanley Brooks, tell us about your preparation right now. How is it going for you?
Right now my preparation is actually going really well. I'm actually seeing a lot of development in my condition and my technical skills with the help of the coaches, and hopefully going forward we can do better. Right, basically my goal for this year is just to get better and to put my best for this 2020 Olympics.
Now in 2019 you made a trip with the national team. You went to the was it the
Pan American?
Yes. Yeah. That was your first major, when I say international competition.
Well, actually, it was actually my first. Actually, my first fight was in the Pan American qualifiers.
Right.
My first elite fight was in the qualifiers, and I exceeded everyone's expectations by qualifying for it.
What was the experience like for you in that first bout?
Honestly, it was really just overwhelming, but I just kept it composed and I did what I learned in gym.
Now let's go back to the bout on Saturday. I know that a lot of people who is unaware of the camp taking place would not know that although it was a competition bout, it was actually something for the coach and them to see and to advise and to help you to improve on. But were you satisfied with your performance, and in what area did you feel that you need that extra work to be done?
But honestly, with that bout, I can't really take too much from that because I was actually sick on that bout. But overall, I would think like that, well, basically that's it. I mean, we can't really take much from that bout because of my condition at that point in time. You know?
But you were satisfied with your performance, regardless of...
Regardless of being sick or not, I still was not satisfied with my performance. I still thought that I could have done a lot better in terms of my technical ability, but then again, we can only hope to do better for the future.
So what would you like to accomplish in the sport of boxing? What's your major goal you have set that you're working feverishly towards?
Well, in boxing, I will say my major goal will be to go to the Olympics, the Olympics, and just to be at the top 5 in world, or the medal in world and the Olympics.
Okay.
But at the end of this Olympic cycle, I still have another Olympic cycle. I'm still going for 2024, and it will happen there.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Yeah.
Stopping contest, Tyrone Thomas. Going to the heavy guys in bout number 5. Trinidad and Tobago Olympic boxer Nigel Paul in the red. And he is coming up against Carlos Rodriguez of Cuba. Let's see Nigel starts up by using that jab of his. And I am referee Beckles because of the orthodox style of Rodriguez. If you look at the both boxers, their feet easily being tangled up or stepped upon, and we've seen quite a lot. Again, we see Rodriguez there being talked to by referee James Beckles because he's actually stepping on the foot of again we see there. So that's going to be a concern for Paul to be mindful of. Again, Paul continues to stick that jab. Not much action still in the early stages of the first round. Nigel Paul trying to Tobago in red, Carlos Rodriguez in blue. Actually, the two Cuban boxers that we've seen here on tonight's card are actually in Trinidad. They're also in preparation for the Olympic, 2020 Olympic. So this is a good test for Nigel Paul and the rest of the Trinidad and Tobago boxers seeking qualification. Again, we see here now Rodriguez is stepping up. He's a bit faster with his punches than Nigel. Again, another right hander from Nigel Paul. So both boxers are in the middle of the ring, and again a good shot to the body there by Rodriguez. So Rodriguez is actually, he is really starting to score at the end of the first round there. He got in some good shots there on Nigel Paul. So Nigel definitely has to step up his game here in the second round. Another hole in there by the boxers. So Nigel keeps taking his jab, but he's not. We haven't seen him throw that right hand as yet. Okay, all right. Comes in again, but goes a good shot from Rodriguez on the head of Nigel. Nigel holds. As I said earlier, a very good test for the local boxers here because we know the standard of boxing in Cuba. They are one of the powerhouses in amateur boxing. Good left hand coming in there from Rodriguez. Nigel holds again. Some good body shot coming in there from the Cuban. Nigel needs to start to throw more punches if he's not actually at this present time. Warning again there to Rodriguez from referee James Beckles. Nigel Paul definitely trying to qualify for his second Olympic. Remember when he did qualify for his first Olympic and he was knocked out in the first round. A lot of people question that, but we have to realize that at that point in time, Nigel had only had 9 fights and was just boxing for over 1 year. So I guess from then to now, there's a lot more experience. He has fought many of the top boxers, so we're hoping to see what and when he qualifies, how he'll perform. But so far, Rodriguez seems to be the more dominant boxer here in this bout. Nigel punches not really affecting the Cuban. Rodriguez throwing more the cleaner punches. And what we have to understand here, all this is preparation. So although we might want to see different things here with Nigel, it's preparation here, what we're seeing. And that's the end of the second round, and we're into the third round. And Nigel definitely will have to step up his game here because he's definitely way behind on the scorecard. We're seeing some more. We see here Nigel, he started up the third round a little bit more aggressive. Putting that right, that left jab there is Nigel. But he hasn't had the opportunity to land that big right hand as yet. Good stuff there from Rodriguez. Rodriguez using both hands, and he's pretty fast, the Rodriguez, for a big guy. Really, and that's trip there by Rodriguez. A lot of holding here in the third and final round. We see some aggression here by Nigel, but is it too late? Then we see the quick hands of Rodriguez. I'm wondering if Nigel has left it a bit too late because we're seeing Rodriguez, is he showing signs of tiredness, or he's pulling a lot. Good uppercut there from Nigel, one of his better punches. Yeah, a lot of pulling in the third round. Like both boxers actually. Right hand looking for the uppercut there again is Nigel. Quick hands here by Rodriguez. Again, we've seen a number of punches being thrown there by Rodriguez. That's the end of the third and final round. Rodriguez seems to be certain that he has picked up the victory here.
The decision is in favor.
With me is Nigel Paul. Nigel, it's always a pleasure to chat with you, and welcome.
Thanks,
well, we saw you in action. We don't really see Nigel in the ring that often in Trinidad and Tobago, but we saw you in the ring on Saturday at the Spanish Invasion. You didn't get the victory, but I don't think that the victory is really important to you right now. because it's an opportunity for you to fine tune, get good competition and good sparring partners. Now let's go back to the bout. Let's run through the bout quickly. What are some of the things that you've realized that you didn't do, and what are some of the things that you have to improve on going forward? Because it was a test for you.
Yep.
And is that the first time you fought a southpaw?
No, it's not.
Okay, all right.
Sorry for that. Let's put on silent, sorry. In this fight, basically what the coaches wanted me to do, they laid down a plan, sort of stuck to the plan during the first round, which was jabbing and moving, picking shots, facing a southpaw, we were focusing on winning the outside of the opponent. So fairly, the wrong one for us was fairly well. We basically stuck to what they wanted me to do. One flaw in the first round was that I didn't use my right hand when I got the opportunity, and it's something that we look at and something to work on. So like jabbing and moving, maintaining distance, trying to stay from certain shots in the first round. The second round, given the fact that we are in training camp and the camp is really tough right now on everybody's body, recovery and whatnot, I was dealing with one or two issues with my legs, so I wasn't able to be as mobile as I wanted to. I became a little bit flat-footed, and kind of resorted to the old Nigel, which is like ducking and bending and whatnot. But basically, having these guys here, the Cubans here in the camp with us, and being able to have spar mates at this level would really push me to, no matter how I'm feeling in the ring, to stick to the game plan. And I think that is most important for the coaches. When we talk over about the fight, even we have further reviews to do. It's all about sticking to the game plan and sticking with the coach, sticking to what the coach had set out for us to do in the fight.
But I think that you must be satisfied just having these guys here to have the opportunity to spar with them, because I mean, I have said over and over and over, sometimes we criticize you, for your performance, but it's not fair when you just train, and then you jump into a fight, because I mean, it doesn't make sense, right? So when I hear people talking about Nigel, I said no, and then again, it's how long you have been boxing? 3 years?
Yeah, well, this will be 4 years.
This will be 4 years, right? And you have done a lot already. Now, where do you see your performance right now in terms of where you want to be? Because the Olympics is in June or June or July, somewhere around August, right? You don't have much time, because we see how time is flying.
Yeah.
What are some of the areas you critically need to get up to standard quickly as possible?
It's basically becoming noticeable and evident to everyone that I need to ramp up aggression. And I think with these guys here and pushing me to that level, super heavyweight fighters who are coming at you, I will need, or have to ramp up my aggression to go back at them, to answer back punches, to rally punches. Sparring with lighter guys, always have to take it light, always trying to work speed.
So the power of your punch will be as effective when you're boxing somebody who is sparring with somebody who's lighter than you. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
I mean, you work with the lighter guys, the Andrew Purman, Eric, even Michael Alexander. You try to work speed, you try to touch them, you try to move, you try to get some head movements in. But when it really comes to committing to a punch, to throwing a right hand or taking a body shot, working with somebody who as big as I am will definitely help me to execute better, because obviously the person could take it. And if you realize somebody that my size, I throw a punch and I can't take it, that's something even better. So I'm really excited working with these guys. Already they've been pushing me in training because you have to put out more to have some kind of effect on somebody. I mean, at my size, they can just tap. It's no longer about tapping or punching. Commit to punches.
So all in all, you were satisfied with your performance on Saturday night, based on what you went out there, the instruction between you and your coach. You know where you fell short. You know where you have to improve.
Well, so far basically the first week of the 11 camp.
Okay.
And the coaches were looking for certain things to be done. At the end of the day, I didn't win the fight, but at this stage, it's not about winning fights.
Yes.
It's about planning
And,
sticking to the plan.
and peaking at the right time.
That's right. So I am satisfied. I know the coaches are satisfied with the performance. We didn't win, but like I said, there are a lot of things in the fight we need to discuss. I know we're just looking forward to correcting mistakes and moving forward with our plan.
Anything you would like to say to the people of Trinidad and Tobago?
To the folks of Trinidad and Tobago, I am grateful for the continued support. We are the Trinidad and Tobago Association and the boxers. We are working really hard to qualify more than one person for the Olympics. So continue to rally behind us, support us, and thanks again for the support.
And this is the final bout on tonight's card. This is a rematch between Faith Ramnath and Jewel Lambert. Now, Jewel Lambert is a young boxer, also resides in the US. And when these two boxers fought on the last occasion, there was some controversies with the weighing and a lot of talk from the Ramnath corner stating that there was a disadvantage. So this is the highly anticipated return bout with these two youngsters. And Joel Lambert, from what I've seen of Joel, there is some areas that has to be addressed, but is very, very good. And her hands are pretty fast. So let's see if Faith Ramnath could reverse the decision here in this bout. Lambert in the blue and Ramnath in the red. Nice job there from Lambert. He goes to left and right. Holding there by Ramnath. This is the final bout on tonight's card. Coming to you from the Pleasantville Indoor Arena. You see a number of punches being thrown there by Jewel. Ramnath goes to the canvas, but the slip. But going with the jabs. Keep that jab into the face of Ramnath. Again, a good left hand there from Lambert. Right hand there from Lambert. Side of the face of Jewel. Lambert throws a number of punches. And she's very, very quick. She steps in and steps back out very, very quickly. Round number 2. A lot of movement from Faith Ramnath, but he needs to be a bit more aggressive. Nice head movement there by Lambert to evade his punches. Both boxers there trying to use their jab. Right, and there from Lambert. Good right hand again from Joel Lambert. Left jab there from Ramnath. Doctor spin. Peter Ramnath keep backing away. Lambert keep fighting on the pressure, going forward, attacking. Joel Lambert, another one of the boxers who resides abroad, trying to see if they can qualify for the Olympics. Lambert definitely the boxer with a lot more aggression here. The punches are hitting the target. He's scoring. He goes in, lands a couple punches, comes out quickly. Soft jab there from Ramnath. Misses with the right hand. A good right hand there from Lambert. Actually back Ramnath against the rope. Both boxers. Good right hand again from Joel Lambert. So really putting on the pressure here on Faith Ramnath. And this is the third and final round in the much anticipated rematch between Faith Ramnath and Joel Lambert. We see some aggression here from Ramnath. He needs to do quite a bit more. He's coming forward again. Good right hand again from Lambert. A wide right hand here from Ramnath. Again, a good right hand from Lambert. So Lambert scoring here in the third and final round. Jab there from Ramnath. Looking to go to the bodies, Ramnath. A good touch there coming in from Lambert. Good right hand again. So Lambert is scoring repeatedly here with that right hand. Good body touch there from Lambert. Faith Ramnath punches seems to be lacking any sort of power to trouble Joel Lambert as he continues to land repeatedly with the right hand. Good right hand again. So Lambert seems to have measured Ramnath with that right hand. He's scoring repeatedly with that right hand. And Ramnath seems to have no answer whatsoever. He's tagged again there with a good right hand. to the body. Here's Lambert. He dances away. I think there's some sufficient here to get the nod here, but Lambert trying here in the last seconds here to run some sort of attack. And that's the end of the third and final round. Very good night of boxing here at the Pleasantville Indoor Arena. And we see Lambert there being awarded the victory.
Okay, with me is Jewel Lambert, the USA-based Trinidad and Tobago boxer. First of all, congratulations on your victory on Saturday night. But before we talk about this fight here, tell Trinidad and Tobago a bit about who is Jewel Lambert. How long have you been in sport? How long have you been abroad? Just tell us about your life so far.
Okay, so I moved abroad to the States, to New York specifically, when I was 3 years old. My mom had won the lottery that you guys do down here for visas. And yeah, so we moved over there. I have family on my dad's side over there. And I've been in the States since then, but I used to come back every summertime to stay with my mom's side of the family that's here. So my granny, my aunts, my uncles, and really enjoy Trinidad Advocate.
When did you start, at what age did you start, you got interested in boxing?
I've always been interested in like martial arts and just like fight sports in general, but I didn't actually start boxing till I was about like 20, so 4 years ago. It was a late start for me, but I just had seen a lot of people doing it, and I kind of just wanted to do it for fun, just something to do, like just in my spare time when I was going to school, and suddenly, you know, it became my everything, so it feels good.
So you actually started in the States?
Yeah.
Right. Like, amount of fights you had in the States, how it went for you?
I got some wins, got some losses. I have about 24 fights in total now. That's not too much, but I had some wins, had some losses. And then too with boxing, you know, there's injuries sometimes, so there's setbacks. So I came back from a ankle injury after being out for a year last year. So, you know, kept pushing, kept going, and I got here.
So your eyes are set on trying to qualify for the Olympics?
Yes.
Right? How far would you say you're off of that mark?
I think I got a lot of work to do, but there's time to get that stuff done, to make those necessary improvements to get there. I know it's not going to be easy by any stretch. So my thing is to basically imagine that every girl is going to be just fantastic and be just a superstar, and we have to rise to a certain level and treat those girls like they're just the greatest thing to ever, you know, touch boxing if we want to be great, if we want to be there. So.
Okay. So far, Trinidad and Tobago have seen you in 2 bouts actually. The first bout was with Faith Ramnath, and the second bout was with Faith Ramnath. Let's go back to...
Caribbean Championships.
Oh yes, the Caribbean Championships, yes. But let's go back to the Faith Ramnath fight.
Yeah.
You won the first fight,
Yeah.
and there were some controversies which the other side claimed. We won't get into that. And you came back on Saturday night, and to me, it was a good performance, and you clearly won that fight. When you look at the first fight performance and this performance, have you seen improvements? And if not, in what area you have to still put that extra effort into?
Okay, so I see a lot of improvements from my first fight. First fight, I was first time out here fighting, never been out here fighting before. I came down and I fought a fight that was a very strong, bully kind of fight. I just pressured her, stayed on her, make her work at a pace that was just, I felt like was so intense for her. And then it was just a regular old like Russian pressure fighter. And I felt like this time I played the skills a little bit more. I pressured when I wanted to. I boxed more. I moved my head. You know, I showed a lot of more like ring craft and ring generalship and just picking my shots and picking when I wanted to go. And I think we need to just improve a better balance of it. You know, ramping up and then making keeping everything at my rhythm. But like I said, I think I controlled the fight. I kept everything where I wanted it to be. The shots I wanted to land, I landed. The shots I didn't want her to land, she didn't land. So it was just, you know, I made a lot of giant leaps forward. I showed off a great, I think I showed off my improvement. So.
But is there any area that you weren't satisfied with?
Just not sitting down on my punches. I know, like, we're in a small weight class, but I think I also told the guy from TV6 that night that just sitting down on my punches a little bit more, getting those stoppages, you know, would be an amazing thing. Even though I'm in a small weight class, it'd be an amazing thing to get those stoppages. And then there's always things that you want to improve on. You may, like, I was moving really well, but I would love to move better. You know, I was picking my shots, but I would love to pick, you know, more combinations off, you know, and get out the way more. It's just always things that you did well, but you know you could do better. You know, there's a lot of things that I trained, and not all of it came out in the fight, so I would love to do those better as well.
Anything you would like to say to the people of Trinidad and Tobago?
Thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it. You guys having me out here. I really appreciate the I've never done interviews before and never got to do this. That was pretty cool, and I appreciate you guys having me, and I appreciate the support.
Thank you very much.
We want to thank you for staying with us and enjoying the Spanish Invasion that was held at the Pleasantville Indoor Complex. We want to thank you for staying with ACTN and enjoying our boxing coverage. So thank you again, and we see you soon.